Wednesday Talks is speaking with Mr. Eric Mc Allister, one of the former captains of Merrytones Steel Orchestra in Trinidad. And Merrytones Steel Orchestra won the Panorama Championship title this year, 2005, for the small bands category. And it's good to have you on Wednesday Talks. Mr. Mc Allister, how are you?
I'm fine. It's great to be here.
And congratulations to Merrytones Steel Orchestra for getting that title 2 years in a row.
This actually is our third small band title.
Okay, and is it a consecutive title?
It is the second consecutive. We first won the small band title in 1995 because they started the small band probably around 93 or so. They started to have a small and large category for the misplaced, for the misplaced smaller bands. And in 95 we entered, and we won. We entered again in 96. In those days, they would have the open competition. And we entered again as a small band in 96. But we did so well that we made enough points to make the semi-finals. And since prior to 95, we were a large band.
Okay.
This was almost politics. The band had reduced in size by 95. And since we had done so well to make the semis, a lot of players decided, look, we ain't going back in the small band thing. So we went back into the semis and we went back into the fear of a large band. And due to the politics again, we ended up small again as of 2002 or thereabouts.
Okay.
So we were forced to compete in 2004 as small and again in 2005.
And on both occasions you won.
Yes, every time we entered that small we won.
Okay. And
prior to the 90s though, we were okay. Like when I joined the band in 1974, the band was small, small pleasant little band of about 50-something people. And in my first panorama in 1974, they were probably, I don't know how many bands there were, probably 50-something, and we probably placed in the 20s, late 20s or something. And well, from then things started got a little better. Because from then to 74, by 1977, we did very well. 76, 77, we started doing very well. 77, 78, all those panoramas, And by 1980, they started the Pan is Beautiful Music Festival series. We didn't enter in 1980, but in 1982, we entered Pan is Beautiful and we placed fourth. Next year in 1984, we entered again. We placed third and won the best Calypso title with Blue Boys Blue Fever. That was a year when I think Renegades had won Panorama. So the race really was between, as people would have it, the race was between Renegades and All Stars. We X them out of the way, We ended up capitulating them and we won. And it was a big shock and surprise and uproar the night, But we had a ball.
so there's a lot of history to Merrytones.
There's a lot, man. Merrytones was one of the bands. We are one of 5 surviving steel bands that played in the very first Panorama in 1962 and 63,
Very important information,
We are one of the very first. I will tell you the bands. Merrytones, Tokyo, Desperados, Southern Marines, and I think Invaders was the fifth band. That's still in existence.
That's still in existence over 43 years later. Very, very good information to know.
At a very high level.
Okay.
Well, I have documented a lot of it on our website, I will update further the victory this year. That's what I have to add really to it.
Okay. What is your website?
The URL is www.geocities.com/Merrytones, to the bone.
Okay, let's concentrate for the moment on 2004 and 2005. In 2004, your arranger was Duvon Stewart.
Duvon Stewart, yes.
2005 was another year for Merrytones. Yet again, you had a change in arrangers from 2004, Duvon Stewart, who incidentally this year arranged for Patrick Arnold's Our Boys in Tobago in the large band category. You went with Sion Gomez, who is presently a student at the Northern Illinois University. He's doing his master's degree, and he's studying under Liam Teague. How did you get into contact with Sion Gomez?
William, Sion is a former, Sion is originally a Phase 2 born and bred player. His father is a long-standing member of Phase 2. But they're all from Digomat. We all originally from Digomat. I'm originally from Digomat. And Sion joined Merrytones for 1 year in the mid-90s. When he played with us for like one season. And throughout the year, he played for Panorama and he played during the year. And well, he never came back. I think the following year he went away to begin his studies. And since he had come back, well, he had been with various bands, song specialists and a few others and whatnot. When we were waiting and we had approached Dugon to continue the relationship for this year. And well, I suppose that he got in touch with, well, I mean, he's a growing arranger.
People move on.
Yeah, and people sought him out, and he decided to go with Patrick Arnold. So when he realized that he wasn't on the cards anymore, we approached Sion, who we knew. Because when we approached Dugon last year, we had approached Sion as well,
Okay.
But Dugon answered first, so we went to Dugon. So having gone with Sion now, but with this short season, it was very short. For us, it was very short because we had to get ourselves ready in 13 days. Well, if you consider the beginning of the year, consider the year starts on January 1st. Our preliminary performance was the 13th of January.
Right.
And we had to do it, and it was really a tough, very difficult year. Very, very difficult. I mean, for me personally, and for me physically, I play quadraphonic, right? I mean, I am an old dinosaur in this thing now. I mean, I've almost 50 years. So to get in shape for the quadro was really a difficult thing. Physically, to be able to move, it was really a tough challenge. And to give you a history on how we see it throughout the competition, we entered at the end of the preliminary round. We were third overall. The band that tied with us, that tied for first place, we and Merrytones. Merrytones won. Southern Marines placed second. That is the preliminaries, and we tied. We were third in the prelims this year. Come the semi-finals the next week, at the end of the semi-finals, we were fifth with 409 points. Southern Marines were first with 447 points. Merrytones were second with 430 something. Well, we got our honors, we linked the rooms, we gone back. We went back home and started to do our homework. Our former arranger and present manager, the band, Mr. Kendall Lewis, what happened is he had to go back to the States. He had to go back to enroll now.
Right.
In IU. So we didn't have him for a number of days, and we thought that he may not have been for that at all, because, I mean, this was the week before Carnival. So Kendall went ahead and fixed and add patch and add on and fixed up and things. And Sion came back the Wednesday before, the Tuesday, before the show on the Tuesday. And on that one Wednesday night, before the show, the entire tune was just transformed. It was just transformed magically. I can only say magically. I mean, we had 11 days to work and put in new parts and work very diligently and quietly. But I mean, we had no trumpet to blow, because we were rather concerned, because I mean, you had just come to fifth now. You had one last year, you're now fifth in going in the semis. According to a member of Merrytones who placed second, he said, well, we write off all your, we follow to listen to all, because we know we win the show. But we would have none of that. We performed in last position for the defending champion. Last position is always against us. It's always against us for the rest of the field. But we have done our homework, and we at the end of the day, Southern Marines who had made 447 in the semis, they were sixth with 420 something or so. Merrytones was second with 440.5, and we won with 447.
Indeed.
We made an increase of 38 points.
And your tune of choice was Mystery of Pan.
Mystery of Pan by Eunice
Peters singing. So what was the mood in the Pan Yard, considering one could expect just a very, very happy frame of mind from the journey from the preliminaries to the pinnacle of success for 2005?
I don't know, understatement. Share especially, man. Share especially joy. I mean, it will carry us to the end of the year. Of the three victories that we have had, this one is the most important. Because we had to win. We had to win this year. I'll tell you why we had to win. You see, we won the preliminaries last year. Merrytones was second. But we had enough to win. What? Merrytones had improved. And they tied with us. So from that, although we won, it was like a little sour case. To the shower. You know what I mean? We really felt that, I personally felt that Merrytones were probably more deserving to win than us, because, I mean, we are our horse in this thing, because Merrytones had always been doing well over the years. And Merrytones, you were hardly ever hearing about Merrytones at all. They were a little band from Londonville there, and we really, You will hear about Merrytones all the time in music festivals, in Panorama, whatever, you know, over the years. Over hardly ever hear about people, so I was happy for them. But, I mean, this year is a new competition, a new everything, and we were determined to win, and we did win.
No, that's pretty good. So tell us a bit about what happens with Merrytones in a nutshell during the year, because you do perform at festivals, you take part in other competitions, and what's the size of the band throughout the year generally?
Well, in 2003, towards the end of 2003, after a little bout of old talk at night, we were toying with the idea of bringing out a single band group. Because we saw that these single band groups were making money, doing a lot of gigs. And in May last year, after all of we had won the Panorama, people were a little lethargic in coming out of practice after Carnival. And we decided, look, let us try the single band thing. And we developed a small size of 10 people, and we call it Ice Water. Ice Water is a name that Merrytones went by in the 40s, 50s, in the very early days. So we decided to use that name. And it just spread like wildfire. We started in May last year, and between last year and now, we have done over 40 gigs throughout the country. This is Ice Water. Ice Water, and that's actually part of Merrytones, but as a single pan band. We are Merrytones. But as a single pan band. A single pan band. Okay. It is on Ice Water. It is on the website as well. Okay. Okay? And so we developed Ice Water, and what the plan is now is that, well, because of the success this year, we are trying again to keep a small stage size for Merrytones of probably about 30 people or so. If the young people will come out, because you see, the core of Ice Water is really the elder players. The old dinosaurs, I like us to call ourselves, you know. And I mean, the younger, we because of the kind of music we play, we cannot have back in time tunes that we grew up with as, you know, as young fellas and things. It is not always as popular with the younger players because a lot of issues they never hear in their life, you know. So they don't really change the Ice Water thing at all. But we decided, look, for expediency and finance, and it's just working. Ice Water just works. It's just doing very well. You know, we intend to be very busy this year. So that Merrytones, if we have a small stage side this year, fine. It will be small. And Ice Water will carry the bulk of the presence for the rest of the year. If the young people choose to want to play, fine, we will go with it. If not, we will shell Merrytones to the end and go down the road. Because say Merrytones is Ice Water, Merrytones is Ice Water. Understood. Basically, for the sake of having won the Panorama, we would really like to have Merrytones on the cards and there, you know, as a present. Because Ice Water is what about 80 tunes, you know. You see, because of the players in Ice Water, I mean, we are quite capable. Okay. So it doesn't take us long, really, to do any of the music. Okay. So, in a nutshell, give me an idea as to what your views are on pan in Trinidad and Tobago, what the art form has accomplished over the years, where the weak points might be, and where you think that they need to go. In a nutshell. I will deviate a little bit from what you may expect to hear. Given the crime rate in Trinidad, I feel that pan is the most important thing that we have to combat the situation. I grew up as a child in the 60s when there were a lot of youth groups and football side and this group and that group and the other. But we had a more peaceful existence. I am quite certain, you know, let the young people beat pan. I mean, it's a little away from what you can say you ask, but I feel very, very strongly about it. As far as the future of like Panorama and things like that, I think that the experiment that Pan Tobago tried this year, to me there was no basis for it. It should not have happened, and it sent a very dangerous message for the future of Panorama. Okay, and just for the benefit of the global Pan community who are listening to the interview, we just want to state here that the initiative that you're referring to that Pan Tobago did this year was essentially introduce the ability for bands to select tunes from previous years to perform as competition pieces within this year's Panorama. So you can take it up from there. Okay. I see. One of the main concerns I have is what is going to happen. What is going to happen next year? You have record producers whose music would not have been played this year What are they going to do next year? Suppose they decide, well, the fellas are done with that, I ain't producing no music. What are we going to have? A whole back-in-time panorama again forever and ever? You know, I think it was a slap in California's face. You know, people who have provided us with music for all the years, religiously. You know? And to me, I don't know that you have to mention pan. You see, and that is where we all went down the wrong road. You have to mention pan in a tune with played on pan. That is nonsense. That wasn't happening in the 60s. Margie didn't mention pan. You know? Sasaye didn't mention pan.
True.
You know, you understand what I mean? And a lot of songs, Melda didn't mention pan. The starting went with Melda. You know? But suddenly everything is starting to mention pan. You see? And what is this? This is not the only year that we had a short season.
Yes.
So they were going to hoodwink everybody with that.
There was a short season somewhere in the 1980s. I forget exactly which year. That indeed the season was just as short.
So it's not the first time we had a short season. And you know, there was no need for it. One of the problems we have in Trinidad is that you have several radio stations. You have East Indian radio stations, then they're playing Calypso. You have Christian radio stations, then they're playing Calypso. You have the more young people, young people, the Chinese Laundry, the 98.9, that will play the dub and the whatever. They're playing no family-related music. They'll play the Bungie Garlands. So what happens is a question of airplay. Nobody is going to play Boogie's tune that he put out. Nobody will play Unit Features. You hardly hear them things this year. In the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, that was a different case. You had two radio stations, you had you had 100, you had 730, you had 610. And so fine. But if I need more radio stations, there are the less local music here. That is where the problem lies, so that there's no airplay. These tunes have been out since November. I have a CD home here. That I received in December, in early December, with the Unit Features tune, over Senate tune that Farouk played.
Action.
You know? So people can't say that the music, there was not music. I hear people cannot say that is not true. There was music. But once let me say something. Once you allow people to do something, they will do it. Once they give me, and that's not me. That Sandman was not able to say, no. We are taking that. You cannot go back. You cannot go back for the sake of creativity. You cannot go back. Make a special time, make a special show for this, to expose the bygone era. I don't have a problem with that. But Carnival is about newness. Carnival is about creation.
I think Pan in the 21st century actually addresses that.
Anything like that. There was one some years ago, 2 years ago, I found out Memory Lane or whatever it is.
Well, all the best to Merrytones and, of course, the single pan incarnation of Merrytones Steel Orchestra.
Oh, thank you very much.
Ice Water. When Steel Talks is very, very pleased to have had the opportunity to speak with you in your capacity as former captain and one of the key members of Merrytones Steel Orchestra, and also hearing quite a bit about, what your thoughts are, especially in terms of the overall pan movement in Trinidad and Tobago. It's also good to hear about the work of Ice Water as well during the year. So we wish you nothing but the best, and thank you very much, Mr. McAllister, for chatting with Steel Talks.
Thank you very much.